that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of North Carolina, offices of
The Constitution and laws will stay on and not consistent therewith.
faithfully perform the duties of the office of Commissioner from which I'm about to enter.
That I will faithfully perform the duties of the office of Commissioner which I'm about to enter.
According to my best skill and abilities, so help me God.
According to my best skill and ability, so help me God.
Item 7, resolution authorizing the lease to Julia Land Trust, 40 acres.
With,
I will let you know, Mayor Burton.
Oh, yeah,
You're right.
you want to give Mayor Pro Tem Sherrill.
right, we just,
Just take a vote, real quick.
yeah.
There's a motion to,
With Sherrill as Mayor Pro Tem next year.
okay, all in favor, aye? All opposed, likewise, motion carries. Now, thank you.
So, after previous discussion, the board asked for the intent to lease property to be advertised for the missing 40. Basically, what you have in front of you is the advertisement that went out, as well as the lease that would be to the Julia Land Trust, who has installed the missing 40 as a park on our property of roughly 39 acres. So, if you want to enter into the contract again for another 10 years, or 9, one day short of 10 years, but basically it's been advertised. If anyone has anything they would like to ask the board, you should be ready to approve it whenever you like.
I'll make a motion that we accept the lease for the Julia Land Trust.
We have a motion, all in favor, aye? All opposed, likewise, motion carries. Item 7A, ordinance amending, and I would like to open the meeting if there's public hearing.
Open the public, call to open the public hearing, and then we can go over.
Hit it a little bit, see if anyone has any questions. Basically, we changed this ordinance on historical preservation for the town of Prime.
Right. What has occurred is the planning board voted no to recommend this. They would like more information. They was getting them more information. So in order to do this without calling a special hearing or special meeting, we're just going to take it to the regular planning board meeting and then bring it back to you the following month. We should have the questions to their answers. This does not affect historic preservation going forward because they have an ordinance they're working under already.
What the new ordinance will do, basically, it changes the language a little bit, updates it to more closely match the state model ordinance. And in Triumph, for whatever reasons, you authorized historic districts back 10 or more years ago. But you did not include the portion that's available to have in an ordinance for historic landmarks. So the state model is what I used to craft this proposed amended ordinance, and it does include that. Landmark is just like a place or a battlefield or a rock of some historical, significance. And a district, of course, or it could be a house or a building, but the district is a bigger area affecting more than one property. So it just takes advantage of that additional opportunity, and other than that, it's largely unchanged, really. In substance.
What was it you recommended that we do this?
If there's no one here to speak on it, since it is going back to the planning board, my recommendation would be a motion to recess until filling the date of the next meeting in time.
To the third Tuesday in January at 7 p.m. That's the price?
Give the date, give the actual date.
First Tuesday will be January 18th, 2022.
That's,
Chair will entertain a motion to that effect. All in favor, aye? Opposed, likewise. That satisfy everything, Mr. Attorney?
yes.
Okay. Item 8.
South Mountain Regional Hazard Mitigation Plan. If you remember months ago, we submitted to you the South Mountains Regional Hazard Mitigation Plan. It's going to be required by FEMA in order for the town to remain eligible for certain types of FEMA mitigation funding. Basically, what you have to do is you'll have to adopt this resolution that shows our cooperation in coordinating with the various agencies and being a part of it. Basically, this will allow us to take part in that FEMA money if it ever comes down the pipe, which hopefully it doesn't.
Chair will entertain a motion.
I'll make a
That's
motion.
our question. Okay, I have a motion, all in favor, aye? Opposed, likewise, motion carries. Item 9, Zach.
So what we talked about over the past couple of months, you have the data breakdown in front of you on the insurance adoption for the employees hired under a previous personnel policy. This would basically clear up any misconceptions between the old policy and the new policy. What you would be doing would be honoring the old policy for the few staff on board that actually fit that scenario. So basically, there wasn't a lot of conversation earlier, but realistically, I think without having to go policy based, you can just vote to go for this policy the way it is, to just honor it.
Chair will entertain a motion to adopt this. All those in favor, aye? Opposed, likewise, motion carries. Item 10.
Minimum housing update.
Okay, 45 Kennedy Lane, getting estimates to get that cleaned up. 160 Cleveland, I did talk to the owner and I did send him some, the violation letters. It has been cleaned up somewhat. I can continue to talk to him about that. I'm going to probably start the process on the house that's 2 doors down from that, right on the corner there. The basement door's been open and it's looking like it needs an inspection. 536 North Trade, a letter and nuisance/vehicle ordinance was sent to the owner about the vehicles that are all parked behind triangle stops, so we need to get that cleaned up. So that's what I'm working on there. For the comprehensive plan, we reopened the survey at trionsurvey.com to try to get some more data. We discussed it at the last planning board meeting. So if you can get the word out to people, you know, we're gonna throw out another nixel out there, try to capture some more data. And then we'll get to the nitty gritty on it on the next meeting. We'll start getting that plan in motion.
Any questions? Item 11. I'm sorry.
We had some discussion about the house on Broadway, 41 or 43.
The house that belongs to Bob on the left going down.
Yeah.
Right. I spoke to the purchaser and he said, yeah, he's ready. He'll be getting on. I'll talk to him again about it.
I'm not
Yeah,
understanding. We already.
That's way too valuable a piece of property for him to let it sit.
Okay.
You'll do something.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm sorry. Zach, TBDA.
So, Paige, who's 6'9", she has sent in her, TDDA update. It walks you through the various points, the 4 points of Main Street. As far as everything else, I do know that she has been slammed with trying to get everything ready for Christmas, the strolls, the parades, everything else. And if she was here, she would want to thank the Tryon Fire Department and the Tryon Police Department, because those two departments, as well as Public Works, but they stopped what they were doing. They helped her. She had a lack of volunteers, but they came through for her, so she was very grateful. So she would thank you if she was here.
Very pleased to see horses in there.
As far as my report goes, I do want to mimic kind of earlier, we've been busy with everything going on. I do want to take time to say that Public Works has been working extremely hard over the past month. Obviously, you guys know as well as anyone, the amount of breaks that we have, the amount of issues with discharge, the system is old, and they've been basically having to do Band-Aid after Band-Aid for 30 years. So they work their tails off. I found out the other day, I don't know if Jody's even mentioned this, but the guys came in at 2 a.m. to start working on a pipe. They had to crawl up through a patch of canes. It took them probably 2 hours to get up the hill, and it was just a simple 30-minute fix. But that's the stuff they have to do in the middle of the night, and they usually at that point just get breakfast and come back to work. So I do want to thank them. I want to thank the police department. They've been doing a lot of stuff as well. Jeff's helped tremendously with just everything in general. But the police department, we've gotten really good reviews from citizens about them as well. And then the fire department, as always, they pitch in whenever they can. So I just want to say on behalf of me and, you as well, I hope that we're very grateful to have the employees that we have. And, you look at what's going on in other places, it just makes you appreciate the staff that we have here. So that's all I have, unless you have questions.
Okay, then tonight the order will be Bill Cole, Bill Ingram, Chris, Joel, and me.
I really don't have a whole lot. I want to thank Ann and Jody and all the guys. And then without jobs, we'll be back next year for the parade.
That was a nice.
That was more fun. Yeah, it was, somebody was supposed to use it.
They organized it and someone backed out. So thanks to the mental health jobs for coming together last minute this year.
That was fun too. So, but Merry Christmas to the whole staff and everybody, and see you next year. Thank you.
All what Zach said about the town employees, I appreciate all the work they do, I really do, and I got firsthand to see where some of the places where you have to go, Jody, And I want to thank the town for the opportunity to serve as a commissioner again for 4 years. Merry Christmas.
Just to reiterate, thank you, John, for your employees. You're doing valiant service for us. And we appreciate it. Have a great holiday.
I want to say that starting next year, I am on the board of directors for the National League of Cities. I am chairing the Information Technology and Communications Committee, and I'm second vice president for Women in Local Government for the industry. So I will be looking for presenters throughout the United States, but definitely here in Polk County. So it's a year deal. So I want some of you all to be thinking about helping me out here. Thank everybody for all the work you've done, not just parade, but all year long. So I think all of the workers and employees of the town, the citizens, everybody who's a part of this nice place here. And I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a happy, safe New Year.
A couple of things. A lot of our employees, folks, you might not know this, I'm going to do something. I either taught them or I was their principals. And through nothing that I did, they've been successful. So thank y'all for not following me. We have a young man in this town, he's 18 years old, he's going to graduate. He runs for me, I coach at the high school. For 9 days, he had the #1 time in the country for the 500 meter. He still has the #2 time in the nation, and he has the #1 time in North Carolina NCHSAA for the 1A, 2A. So we may be looking for another state champion, and I hope I just haven't jinxed it. So we'll say for that. Again, thank the employees, and again, nearly perfect, always prompt. Citizens' comments? Yes, please state your name for the record.
Do you want me to stand up also?
Yes, please.
Okay. My name is Julia Backus. I live over in Gillette Woods, and I moved here a little over a year ago. And when I first moved here, I was under the impression that we had access to Lake Lanier. My sister lives here also, and she mentioned, you know, that you move here, you get to go to Lake. And then once I got here, I found out that we didn't have lake access. So I started a petition and went around and talked to a bunch of my neighbors and people in town and got probably about 60 signatures of people that are interested in us getting access to Lake Lanier. So is there anything that the board can do if I submit these signatures to open up that discussion?
Bill has opened that discussion many times.
Many times, yeah, I mean,
We have tried, and I may have to call on you. We have been told that we have basically, we're responsible for, but other than that, we can't use it. Well,
we own just as much property, we live the largest property owner next to the house on the point.
So
We can invite guests, which would be citizens of the town of Tryon. I don't see why we don't have a dock there. You guys need a boat of some shape, form, or fashion on that lake. I mean, there've been numerous rescues that you've had to go find somebody with a boat. I just, you know, I think we could do it strictly for the citizens. You could have stickers that they have on their kayaks. It's not for swimming, it's, you know, or unless somehow somebody donates a couple $1 million and we can build a beach there at the dam. But, that's not gonna happen. But just being able to go kayaking and, you know,
Something we have discussed and would like to do, but it's.
We'd love to take your, sign ups, we would, if you want to give those. We would love to take a petition.
Yeah.
give those to the manager, please.
Yeah,
Uh,
because even like for fishing, like he loves to fish. My
I would
sister-
love to see it in some way happen, although I've thought it for 20 years.
Oh, geez.
I got elected mayor in 2001, and I'll just tell you what I said then. I said it was stupid that we accepted the lake, and it hadn't improved.
Right, and
but
We
just
got
the
it
60 citizens asking
It's nothing
for
but,
us to do.
it was given to us, and it's been nothing but a headache.
and is there someone on their side that we can have discussions with, or you're saying that's what you've been doing and it's just,
They have two boards, they have the Foothills Fire Commission, and then they have the Lake Board.
The Civic Association.
And they meet, the Foothills Fire Board meets every other month at Tryon Fire Department. Some of those members of that are on the other, it'd be the other board, not the Foothills Fire Commission, but they are present. We can always keep that out when we meet again.
yeah, because we pay our town taxes, pay for like the maintenance and
Oh,
stuff.
Yeah, we just dropped 250,000 on
All the property owners are South Carolina property owners.
Right,
That's where the problem, we put that in.
right. So they just won't let us play in the lake?
Well,
we have to have
that's
a
just
spot, and we have
it.
to-
It's actually not their lake. It belongs to the town of Tryon.
We're
We own
letting
the
them
water,
play out of
fish.
water.
Yeah, and really all we have to do is give Zach a budget and say, put in a kayak dock. That camera that's down at, Harmon Field Road and all that. Okay, one of those cameras could be set up right there and dispatch can pay attention to what's going on and our patrol officer goes up there at dark and puts a padlock on. I mean, it can be done if this council decides they want to do it. And it's our property, we own it, we have every right to use it as anybody else on that lake. You know, unless you tell me different.
I hope you're right.
We will, you and I.
I've listened to empty promises for 20 years.
I think it's an issue that should be.
Yes, ma'am, if you would make sure the manager gets that, please, for our records.
And do come back to more meetings.
Thank you.
Randall, your question, sir.
Yes, Ronald Gary, West Livingston. I was just wondering, Is there any ways like, in the future to add a street lights like Shepherd Street?
Can you put that on there, manager?
Yeah, we can look at that.
Investigate street light on Shepherd Street.
Thanks for letting us know about that.
Thank you. All in favor, aye. Opposed, likewise, motion carried. We're adjourned, 2021.
Wait, wait.